Last week, I heard Ryan Leake speak at a John Maxwell conference. He was amazing. One of the things he talked about was how he got in the room. Basically, the lineage of people professionally that he's been connected to get to this point. I found it really inspiring and began to think about my own life and the people who have influenced me along the way to get me to the place where I'm at today. I'm going to share that in just a minute, 2 specific people. But I want to share a list of some of the things we're going to talk about on the podcast. And if you think of some other ideas, send them to me. We'll include them. Here's just a couple. We're going to talk about best practices. Some of the things that have worked for us that have helped us grow and thrive. We're going to talk about excellent resources, including organizations. I'm going to share some of my favorite ones that I've worked with along the way. We're going to talk about books and journals. I'm going to introduce you to some amazing higher ed professionals, faculty, staff. We're going to talk to people in specific areas, including people who work with undeclared students, students who are struggling academically. We'll talk to people who work with international students, athletes. We'll talk about someone who works with students with disabilities. And we'll talk about a lot of administrative issues too, from everything from hiring to management, problem solving, proposals, committees, group projects, and so much more. We'll talk to students too who have overcome and who are thriving. And we'll also talk about parents and what are some of those characteristics that are really helpful to college students to help them grow. And what are some of those behaviors that aren't so good. But I want to talk to you about 2 people in my life. Two people that got me to the place where I am today. One is Pat Bates. I was mid-20s. I had just started at the university. Fall semester, I was teaching as an adjunct and I was a telephone operator. And the dean of students said, "Hey, I want to take you to lunch." I thought, oh my goodness, did I do something wrong? In my mind, thinking, what does she want to talk to me about? So we go to lunch, finish eating, and she says, "I would like you to be the resident director of a dorm on campus." It has about 290 plus women. And I literally laughed. I thought she was joking at first, but she wasn't. And what is so amazing to me is that when I look back at it, she saw something in me that I didn't even know was in me. She saw the potential in me and what I could do. And she believed in me. And I took a risk and said yes, eventually. And it transformed my life. It changed the trajectory of my life. And I think how amazing that this woman took the time. She didn't have to. She could have gone with someone with experience, but she chose me. She believed in me. And that was amazing. And I also think, what if I hadn't taken that big risk in my life? Where would I be today? And that's an exciting adventure all in itself. And then I want to talk to you about another woman, Dr. Pam Johnson. I'd been working in student life for some years as a resident director and in the counseling department. And a new position became available. And I was kind of ready for a new adventure in my life, was kind of feeling a little restless, wanted to do some more things in higher ed. And this position was starting a brand new center from scratch. And that so intrigued me. And I applied for the job and I got it. And again, the same thing happened. And, looking back at where I've come in the past 20 years and being the director of this department, this woman believed in me in a way that I didn't believe in myself. And she saw that potential. And it was a big jump. It was a big risk going from student life into the academic division. And it has been one of the greatest adventures of my life. And I'm so grateful to God for how he's helped me along this path and all the people who have influenced me along the way and supported me to this point. So I'm so excited to be able to share this podcast with you. This is podcast 1. So let the adventure begin.